When we talk about India's economic powerhouses, a couple of states tend to grab all the headlines. But there's another incredible story unfolding, one that mixes high-speed industrial growth with really strong social welfare. And that's the Tamil Nadu model. Now, if you're studying for the civil services, getting a handle on this unique approach is, honestly, essential. It's a fantastic case study of what inclusive development can actually look like in India.
So the big question is, how did they pull it off? We're going to break it all down in 5 key steps. First, we'll look at the growth numbers, which are frankly staggering. Then we'll pop the hood on the economic engine that's driving all this. After that, we'll explore the solid foundations that make it all work, then get into the state's unique welfare-first philosophy, and finally, see how it all adds up to their huge goal of becoming a $1 trillion economy.
All right, let's jump right in with the big picture. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of how, let's just take a moment to absorb the sheer scale of Tamil Nadu's economic story by looking at the headline numbers. Let's start with this massive figure, 31.19 lakh crore of rupees. That's the state's GSDP, or gross state domestic product. Think of it as the total value of every single thing produced within Tamil Nadu in a year. A number this big makes it the second largest state economy in the entire country. We're talking about a real economic heavyweight here. But here's the thing, being big doesn't always mean you're growing fast. And that's where Tamil Nadu really stands out. At 16% nominal growth, it's not just big, it's also the fastest growing major state in India right now. Having that combination of both size and speed, that's really rare, and it's incredibly powerful.
And this chart, it drives the point home perfectly. Once you take out inflation and look at the real growth, Tamil Nadu is expanding at an incredible 11.2%. I mean, that's just blowing past the national average. This isn't just a little bit better, it's a huge lead. So naturally, you have to ask, what on earth is fueling this engine?
To answer that, we've got to look under the hood. Let's really dig into the specific sectors that are putting the pedal to the metal on this growth.
Okay, a huge piece of this puzzle is manufacturing. Over just the last 4 years, Tamil Nadu added 1.46 lakh crore rupees to its economy from manufacturing alone. Now, to put that in perspective, that's nearly double the manufacturing growth of Maharashtra, a state that's, widely seen as India's industrial leader. That's a massive statement.
But while manufacturing is absolutely hitting the accelerator, it's really important to see what the main engine is. The services sector is still the heavyweight champ here, contributing over half of the state's total economic value. So this isn't a one-trick pony. It's a balanced, modern economy with multiple cylinders firing all at once. So you've got this powerful economic engine. But what's it built on? Because, an engine is totally useless without a solid chassis. So let's look at the foundational pillars that are supporting this incredible performance. It all starts with people, with human capital. Look at this number, 955 technical institutions. That is the most in all of India. This has created a powerful, non-stop pipeline of skilled talent. For any company in high-tech, manufacturing, or IT, that's not just a nice-to-have, it's a core reason to set up shop here. And that amazing workforce is just one part of the story. The state has built a whole support system. You've got industrial corridors in every district for connectivity, a real focus on R&D to drive innovation, a government that's super proactive about hunting down investment, and on top of it all, it's a leader in green energy. It's a very deliberate, very smart, multi-pronged strategy. Okay, now let's zoom out to the global picture for a second. With all the economic headwinds around the world, the flow of foreign direct investment, that's FDI, into India as a whole has actually dipped a little bit recently. Just keep that national trend in the back of your mind as we go to the next slide. Because while that national FDI trend was going down, Tamil Nadu completely defied it. I mean, look at that. It's a clear, consistent, and strong rise in foreign investment, year after year. This is probably the most powerful vote of confidence you can get from global investors. They're clearly seeing a stable foundation and a very bright future here. And this brings us to the part that truly defines the Tamil Nadu model. You see, having strong economic numbers is one thing, but how does that growth actually change the lives of everyday citizens? This is where we get to the welfare-led heart of the whole story. The core philosophy here is that growth isn't the end goal itself, it's the fuel. The state deliberately uses the money it makes from all this economic success to fund really solid welfare programs in health, education, social security, you name it. The two are designed to feed each other in this amazing, virtuous cycle. And you can see the results of this model so clearly in the data. Just look at the gross enrollment ratio in higher education. At 47%, it's just so much higher than the national average. That means more skilled graduates feeding right back into the economy. And a poverty rate of just 1.43%? That shows that the growth is truly reaching everyone. These aren't just numbers on a page. They're proof of a model that's actually lifting people up. Okay, so we've looked at the growth, the engine, the foundation, and that welfare philosophy. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, let's look at the road ahead and the ultimate ambition behind this entire model. Now, for any student of public policy, this is the big one. This is the trillion-dollar question, literally. A model that invests so heavily in both industry and social welfare sounds amazing, but can the state actually afford it? Is it fiscally sustainable in the long run? Well, the numbers point to a very clear yes. The state's fiscal deficit is projected to be within the safe limit, and maybe more importantly, its total debt compared to the size of its economy is actually going down. So this isn't reckless spending at all. It's a sign of really disciplined and sound financial management. And all of that sound financial management is what underpins this one massive ambition to use this unique model of combining industry and welfare to turn Tamil Nadu into a $1 trillion economy by the year 2031.
Which leaves us with one final and I think critical question, especially for anyone analyzing Indian governance. We've seen Tamil Nadu's incredible cycle of investment, growth, and social development. So the key takeaway to think about is this. Is this welfare-led growth model a replicable blueprint that other states could just pick up and use? Or is it the product of unique historical and cultural factors that just can't be copied? Answering that question, well, that's key to understanding the future of development in India.